It's a wonder what we're here to talk about tonight, isn't it?
Wonder.
Man,
Wonder.
if only we could remember.
Oh, Wonder Man, right? You just said Wonder
Yep.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that like a new? It's the new Marvel one, right?
Yep, the new Marvel Spotlight show streaming on Disney as
Oh
of
yeah.
January 27th. All episodes are out right now.
Oh
And if
yeah. All the episodes for this one too, right?
yeah, and if you're like us, you watch them as soon as you can.
Did I watch this? Oh yeah, I watched all of this. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's right. We're literally here to review it today. I forgot about that. Oh, sorry, Austin.
Oh shit. I don't remember most of it.
You don't remember it?
Nope, not at all. I don't know how we're going to get through this. I wonder
Well,
how we'll get through.
luckily, even though I just forgot all of that, I do remember all of this show. I have a pretty good memory like that. So it was with Ben Kingsley. Uh, isn't it like Yahya Abdul Mateen or something like that? Isn't that actor's
The
name?
second, I believe. I
Yeah.
don't remember his name. It is long and beautiful.
Yo. But
He's
he's
a
in
great
Aquaman.
fucking actor.
Wasn't he? He was Black Manta in Aquaman, I believe.
Oh, was he?
I think so.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But now he's playing a hero in the MCU,
Yeah.
switching from Marvel to DC, or from DC to Marvel.
Well, I mean, we're seeing a lot of that in recent years, and I think safe to say we'll be seeing some
Oh
more of
yeah,
that in the next few years. So
that's just accepted at this point.
yeah, no, and it's a good thing. I think, there shouldn't be any.
Yeah, Yahya Abdul Mateen the second. Yep.
Yeah, I was not gonna remember that.
But he
I don't even remember my name.
yep. Yeah, he's in Aquaman. He's Manta.
Oh
Yep.
shit.
So, so yeah, that's where I know him from. But I think he's kind of gained a little bit of a following with people. Like people like him, and have been pushing him for years now to kind of like be a bigger actor. So yeah, this is a show kind of dedicated to him because Aquaman was his other big thing, but he was the villain in that, and he wasn't really like the character that was focused on too much as the villain. He was in both movies, but like I just think, you know, not to get into an Aquaman rant, he was fine in it, but like he just that character was a little shallow to me in those movies. I think they could have done a better job with Black Manta.
Shallow? Is that a fucking ocean pun?
Maybe. But
He could
but
he could have had some more depth to him.
anymore
Not yet. We're gonna roll with the
if they go
tide
on
of
like
it.
a minute. But he, I think this is one of the first things where he's like, especially for a show at least, that he's like the starring lead role in everything. So yeah, he's good in this. I didn't really know how good he would be as like an actor, just because I haven't seen him in much. So I wondered kind of about his range and everything. But I think him and especially the dynamic between him and Ben Kingsley with this, they just do like a really good job of kind of making you invested in this bromance between these two characters. Um, and just it's kind of a slow burn of a show, but it kind of I think is fun because it's the comedy is kind of subtle, but if like you're a film fan or like a TV show fan and stuff like that,
or a
there's like
comedy fan.
or comedy, but like kind of all those things intermixed. They
Yeah.
have a lot of references to shows like American Horror Story and like other things like that too. So if you're at all interested in like the behind the scenes of Hollywood and like movies and shows and stuff like that, this kind of gives you like a little bit of a dive into that sort of stuff. Um and also like it didn't really feel to me like a very much like a Marvel show. But I think
No.
that was almost kind of a good thing.
This time it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it worked out. Yeah.
Cuz like it allowed it to feel different and not kind of feel like the same like it always kind of does with some of them, like or even if you like it, like I feel like they always feel
Yeah.
like we got to go like especially with a movie like we got to go to like the third act boss battle
Yeah,
like sort
no.
of thing, and
You were
it's
never really or I wasn't really expecting to see or even led to think to see a cameo, certain Easter eggs that'll typically be dropped or thrown in there.
And there are those, but they're very light, and it's like
Yeah,
very
no,
focused
they
on
are.
this character and like maybe
Yeah, they're all
villains
for the
or
most part just Wonder Man related.
characters associated with this character in the comics, who's kind of a deep cut for a comic character a little bit, right?
Yeah, so Doorman is so when it comes to Marvel Comics, Doorman, there's not a lot of back history to him upon his first initial appearance in the West Coast Avengers. Or at least, so like that's the team that he starts out on with Hawkeye and Mockingbird as mentors, basically. Yeah. And then they get a few other. Well, he goes on and does his own life bullshit. His mother does die at some point, and then he answers basically a newspaper advertisement for a DE list fucking wannabe Avengers team, which ends up being the Great Lakes Avengers. Yeah. And so in the show, watching the show, I'm thinking like, who is the Doorman a real fucking character? And granted, I had to look the character up, but as soon as I saw the costume, I remembered, because the first time I saw this character, him and his team, the Great Lakes Avengers, got their asses handed to them by Deadpool in classic Deadpool,
of course they
volume
did.
Like 2 or 3 or some shit.
Like these noobs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because there's even Flatman on there, who's basically a flat version of Mr. Fantastic. But Doorman his power comes from the Dark Force, which is the same as Cloak from Cloak and Dagger, and it's basically like a dark dimension type of energy.
Okay.
And so like that's the teleportation factor as well. So they only really made up his backstory and him causing Josh Gad's fucking disappearance.
Yeah.
Josh Gad's still gone apparently.
Yeah.
I showed you that headline earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. And for those expecting Doorman to, like, it's I guess somewhat of a spoiler, but like he doesn't really appear until episode 4, I think. I think it's 4.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's only in episode 4. So like don't expect, like we said, like most Marvel things where it's like you're going to see the episode, maybe think, "Oh, this is where the main villain gets introduced," or something like that. Like
the main villain technically, that's going to be spoiler territory.
Yeah.
Because the entire season gives you little tidbits and hints here and there. But going into it, you might think that it's the Grim Reaper, his brother. And his brother is throughout the season. But
they don't even go into that territory yet.
No, not
so they have
yet.
They could, because in the comics that his brother character
but
is
also
that
of how
dynamic.
The end, what the end is, which is again spoiler territory. I can't say too much here.
Well, also I guess maybe you could also say like they don't hate each other, but they kind of had a difficult relationship.
Yeah.
So
they definitely give you
there is some maybe it could happen, but I doubt it. But we'll see if this gets season 2, that's gonna be
or
avenue that they
I was saying
explore
earlier before we got on this. If they figure out or want to include these characters again somehow, it might not be Wonder Man season 2. It could be a West Coast Avengers thing with all the side characters we've been getting individually. It could be their version of a fucking Great Lakes Avengers.
They should
it's
just
hard
do
to
Defenders
tell.
Or
Young
Avengers or Midnight Suns.
Defenders would be the best bet because Wonder Man was a Defender.
Yeah, I could see him. I was he's got to have been on one of those teams at some point at least.
Yeah, Midnight Suns was just supernatural, basically.
Yeah, I figured maybe not that one, but I also am just not super familiar with him, and how sometimes someone will just be on a team very shortly, and you're look on Wikipedia and be like, oh, I guess blah 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 was all fucking Fantastic Four at one point or something,
Yeah, She-Hulk, the Hulk, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Spider-Man being respective honorary Fantastic Four members.
Black Panther too, right?
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that.
I thought there was like an arc like where that was like used to be a thing or something, like when Storm was like on the Fantastic Four or something too, I thought. But maybe I'm just fucking, my memory's fried.
I'm not familiar with that.
Because did you ever know about that, how they used to be like a couple in the comics, Black Panther and Storm? I want to say it was Fantastic Four or something.
I haven't read that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't remember.
It was a long time ago, so I probably did read it, but I couldn't tell you fully.
Well, you know me, I've read a shit ton.
And it blends.
But
you haven't really read Wonder Man, right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever read a single.
So do you think that's going to work to people's advantage with this? Where like...
Yeah, you don't have to know anything about the character, because going into this, neither of us did.
No.
And I feel like we were very entertained because we watched the first few.
And it's also maybe a good thing that I think most of us are going in with like low expectations for this too. Because like we actually, like I said to you, like I'm not loving it. I think like some of the critics are and everything, but I liked it at least. I think it literally hits like that point for me where I would like rewatch it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. And there was a lot of things I liked about it, but then like I did have some issues with it. And I guess without like going into spoilers and everything, like I can address some of those like at the moment. But like I think one of the issues I was having with it, which I'm interested to see how you felt about this, but was like slightly pacing. Where like I feel like the pacing I didn't have an issue with, like the episodes like went by like that. But there's 8 of them, and like I feel like it got to a point where like from the trailers and everything that we had seen, I was expecting the story to already be at a certain point, like maybe by episode like 3 or 4 at the latest. And there's some things they don't do in this that are in the trailers and everything that like they don't set up to like maybe the last couple, like basically what is this, if it's 8 episodes, essentially like the last like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah,
probably 3 though.
I feel like episode 4 or whichever.
Yeah, 3 because 4 was
the doormat episode.
Yeah, so
I feel like that didn't need to be an entire episode, but for what it was, it was a solid full episode.
What I did like about that though, and like,
because I feel like if that,
it's the same thing with the finale episode, they do something similar, which you know we can't get into at the moment, but like I feel like they set up things at some points like with an episode where you're kind of going like, what's going on right now? Is this like real, or is this like, are they filming something right now or something maybe? Like, did you ever think that?
I did, yeah, a couple of times.
Okay,
yeah,
because I was wondering
at the same time there would be scenes that would start, and then as you're getting into that scene, it's actually them behind the scenes on fucking set somewhere.
Yep.
For like that was one of the fun parts for me, at least, because
that's smart, like little thing to do, like when you can trick people's brains.
Yeah, because it is a show about an actor getting on shows and getting on movies.
Yeah,
you know, so it's really just one into itself, but they do that well. I
feel
like.
Oh, definitely.
But even with when it came to later on in the season, when they're all in Von Kovac's house, I feel like that was dragged out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't a big fan of the Von Kovac character. I feel like either. I just was kind of like, this guy's kind of a Kleebach, like where he's just kind of like.
Yeah, no, I kind of had to just sit there with like, all right, I feel like this is just the kind of director that they're trying to personify here, so I'll give that to them. But
I feel like he didn't even have like any like, he seemed weird and shit like that, and like
I think that
like
was
whatever.
also...
But like then like they didn't. You would half expect like they were gonna have some, maybe not a big reveal, but some sort of reveal with him of like, oh, you're kind of weird, or he does this or something. I don't know. I thought that character was just a little odd or whatever. I did think
maybe something was coming.
He's just kind of pretentious and shit too, but then they just didn't do anything with that.
Yeah, no, he was basically just used for Wonder Man to get the the title, because that's the movie that he's filming.
Yep.
And the suit, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess like the arc kind of because of his memories of his dad with Wonder Man and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like to bring those things kind of together too with it. But yeah, overall, so what I meant by pacing is like the episodes actually went by like boom, 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 and I was liking what was going on. But there did get to a point where I was just kind of like, we're running out of time, guys. Like, what are we going to do for these finale ones or whatever? And luckily, like, they even kind of landed it with the finale and stuff a little bit too, I thought. Like, where it wasn't one of those Disney Plus, like, MCU failure finales. But, like, they actually, I thought did a pretty good job with the finale too. But, like, I don't know. So, like, I don't know. It almost sounds like I have no complaints. But then weirdly, like I said, like, I feel like when it was all said and done, there was like a little bit of a complaint of like I feel like there was some pacing things
I
here
can
of
hear
like
it
it
and
took
apply
too
it
long
because when it comes to the Marvel Disney Plus shows, there are seasons that are long. There are some that are longer than they need to be. There are some that are shorter than they need.
Don't you think this could have actually benefited from being like, I don't know, I'm probably gonna say something ridiculous, but like 20 episodes or something, like kind of like the CW DC stuff used to be? Because like if they're only 30 minutes,
I feel like
then like I think like
eventually that's something that they need to work towards if they keep doing like individual.
Well, this is a show they could totally do that
like
for too.
No, well that too, because there's just plenty, like, again, referencing Doorman, and especially with the finale, once y'all see it, once we get into spoilers.
And they never do anything like crazy
you
special
could bring
effects
in
wise. Grim
Reaper. You could bring in a West Coast or Great Lakes, tie the team, and then give them, like, comics are fucking weekly. There's a weekly problem. They're superheroes. There's a daily problem.
Exactly.
There's always
shit to do. CW can make costumes. Marvel easily can. Like if you only need a couple, like there's basically just two other characters, like we just mentioned, or whatever, that like kind of possibly have like suits or something maybe at some point, or like are also villains or whatever. But
Doorman is a hero. The only
really
one, yeah. Oh yeah, no, Doorman's a hero.
Huh.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting if they followed up on something potentially with him then.
Yeah, but I mean, you also see throughout it the Department of Damage Control apparently actually trying to fill some super prison.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're kind of a thread through this, because do you think that's a spoiler we can actually say because it's in the first episode?
Not only that, but because they've been doing this behind the scenes.
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Marvel.
Actually, I don't think we should say it because like it's not in the trailer or anything.
That's all I want to say about it for now. Yeah. But I only say it loosely now because, and what I mentioned earlier, and what I'll save for now. But Damage Control has been doing some fuck shit behind the scenes for a while now. Yeah. So it was interesting to me to see, oh shit, we're not going to get a Wonder Man versus Grim Reaper. We're going to get a more in-depth problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Like something like that Lily, like we said, other heroes could get involved into, like Spider-Man and stuff. Because that's like where these Department of Damage Control, that's where they've shown up before, too.
What was it, the first or second one with Vulture?
The first one is with Vulture. Were they in that one, though?
Yeah,
they were the Vulture one. Okay,
that was Damage Control
at the very beginning,
getting all that alien tech and shit.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So yeah, they're in that, and then I think they're in Miss Marvel.
I believe so, but
I feel like they've been in a couple of things.
I put that out of my memory.
I know.
Forgot that.
I feel like I was kind of liking that, but then it kind of like it was one of those ones, like I said, where it kind of by the finale it fell apart for me.
Yeah, it failed to deliver.
Like, yeah, exactly. It was just
like even as a big Moon Knight fan, the finale in the story almost failed to deliver. Yeah, it pissed me off.
And they made that, remember, like a 30-minute finale or whatever.
Yeah, one of the shortest fucking.
Or something. Yeah, it was like, what the fuck?
And
like,
then at the end, you give us fucking Jake Lockley? No.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
Jake
taxi
Lockley.
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't like as bad as anything like that. Like but it's also probably because of our expectations too. Like since we didn't know this character, like we know Moon Knight or some of the other
Yeah, so
ones, maybe that
we didn't
influenced
even
it.
know where to set standards.
But I think otherwise, like if we had known this character, like maybe it would have been a little bit more disappointing to people. But like I think,
Well, so I mean,
or people that maybe do like the character, I think might
so
even be
going into it,
disappointed
if you
because it's
know
very
Wonder
different.
Man, you know he's an actor, an
Mm,
aspiring, actor. And it, to me, like he even leaves the Avengers at one point just to pursue acting and
again,
and just
yeah.
like be a fucking his own person. So I feel like it does actually kind of hit home for the character.
Okay.
But it also just hits
I
the
figured that was a completely new
modern
thing,
day
like the
home for the
acting
character.
thing.
No, actually,
Wow.
yeah, that's true to the character.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's like a core part of the Simon Williams character.
Okay, so all right, they're nailing it then.
Yeah.
It seems like from the sounds of it.
Yeah, because even throughout it, I feel like something that I like respected about the depth of all the film
Mm.
parts and aspects
Mm.
was the fact that the Simon Williams character is such a film buff and fan and acting
Yo.
fan, himself. So just being able to see that actual like human side of him, if you will,
Yeah.
and like what he really aspires to be and how they made it end up giving him the Wonder Man name.
Yeah. No, that was pretty sick. And like I said, I like the personal connection to it too. Like how you see flashbacks of his dad
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
And that just like is also something that really helps bring all of it home and like really connect a little bit more.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Um what did you think of the acting in this like from Ben Kingsley, and I know we touched on the bromance and stuff
I
like that.
I loved it. I
You
was
liked it?
baked the entire time. I watched every episode.
How have you felt about like the Trevor character like throughout the MCU so far?
I've
Mixed feelings.
no, I'm just trying to figure. I want to speak correctly. Um,
That is important.
I
I fucking hate him. Fuck, I
nah,
meant to say I love him.
I enjoy the character a lot.
Mm.
Especially because at the beginning of this you're like, oh, he's up to his typical fuck shit, and then by the end of this saying, oh, I guess he wasn't up to his typical fuck shit, but now he's definitely gonna be up to his typical fuck shit.
You think?
Oh,
Just
100%.
keeping up with
Oh yeah,
it.
yeah. You thought he was not a problem now? Just fucking wait. He's back on that bullshit horse.
Back on the bullshit. But yeah, I really, like I said, I think this was kind of one of the things that finally made me go like, all right, I never really understood the Trevor character too much. Didn't hate him, but like, I don't know, it just seemed like it didn't really fit super well in the Marvel movies. And they actually did a good job with him in this and everything. I found myself really enjoying the character and like the arc that they were doing for him in this. Um, just making him like kind of like the other main character of this, basically.
Yeah. No,
Um,
100. I feel like 100% almost.
yeah, it could almost be called Trevor too, like
Simon and Trevor.
since we knew him first, actually, but yeah, it's equally as much his show, and like as you can see from the poster we have literally on the screen right now, he's all on it too. So yeah, he's very much a big part of this, and yeah, really like Ben Kingsley. There's a lot of cameos too that we can't really also discuss because spoilers. But a lot of not big actors, I would say, but kind of fan favorite actors, I guess. But even that might be a little misleading because like really none of them are like, they're all actors that I like, but I wouldn't say are like super huge or anything.
Yeah, not necessarily well known, but if you've
Or
seen
like they are, but like they're not like don't expect Dwayne the Rock Johnson or
right,
like
well, I
Tobey
feel like
Maguire or
you kind of
something.
had to have seen like certain things to recognize
Yeah.
some or most,
Yeah.
like Josh Gad because I already mentioned him.
Yo. Yeah, yeah, exactly. We already mentioned the Josh Gad one. But he's also like a main person in that Doorman episode too, basically.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah. Which also kind of like tied back to what I said of like it was one of those episodes where it felt like, is this a movie or like is this real or
Yeah,
something?
no,
Because like the Josh Gad character was making me think like this is they're doing a movie or something. And we'll get into later whether it is a movie or not, but yeah, I really was interested in like the whole mystery of that episode, and then like something similar they do in the finale episode with Simon, and like basically a different movie role that he has, um, or that he's researching for. So they leave you really interested in that too, where it was kind of another thing where I was like, wait, is this actually Simon researching a role, or is this like him actually like doing a movie and he's like playing a character that's like, I don't know. Like they did a pretty good job of like kind of subtly mind fucking you at points.
oh yeah.
If that makes any sense. If you can even do such a thing. But yeah, not many besides that, I can't really think of there's not really like many other big actors in this or anything. I think the guy that played Von Kovac was in Superman.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked up what he was in and I think that's all I can remember
Yeah.
right now off the top of my head cuz he is a I don't even remember. He's not in a yeah, he's not an English
Mm.
actor. So he's definitely in a lot of shit, but just not things that our Hollywood has put out for the
Yeah.
most part.
But yeah, overall liked it. Direction was good. It kind of reminded me like they're definitely going for more of like a show like Better Call Saul or something like that. Like for something with how they kind of did the cinematography and directing for this, I would say. Not as good as that show, but like I think they were going for something more like that. Um, because like yeah, they had really good shots at points and stuff. And it seemed a little bit more focused on that sort of stuff since it's not as much about like superhero spectacle and like superpowers and all that sort of stuff. So that was definitely interesting. Um, but yeah, overall, I would definitely recommend it. I would say it's definitely one of the stronger Disney Plus Marvel shows that they've done. Um, and I don't think there's really much else that we can really say besides like before we just have to go in the spoilers basically because a lot of the other things I don't think we can really address with this, right, Austin?
No, I don't think so.
Is there any
I
other
keep having to catch myself. So
It's okay. No worries. You're probably used to the old two pose when we just were full spoiled it.
I'm trying to be good.
Um but yeah, so if we want to go into spoiled it territory, you've been warned.
Yeah, fuck you guys. It's time to spoil this
Spoilers.
shit for you.
Yeah. Get fucked if you are still here and you're going to complain in the comments.
Don't do it. I'll turn your comments off. I won't, but
And also we warned you, so why?
and you're already this far in, so you know what's going on.
And we're still warning you, so like it's a lot of warning. But there's a lot of things that we were kind of trying to avoid with this. So I feel like I don't want to try to miss anything, but I guess one of the initial big things is the whole thing of Trevor working for damage control.
Yeah, so those slimy fucking bastards. So over time now, Marvel here and there has given us glimpses at damage control, quote unquote, cleaning up the messes,
Yeah.
right? Well, how much do they actually clean up, and how much do they actually cause to be a fucking mess? Is now a genuine question. Yeah. And so
It's like, do they just create some of these problems?
well, That's a good question, because in
Just to
this
fill a
they
quota
go
or
over.
something.
There's a prison that they're trying to fill. That yeah, their damage control is now on top of, like we've already said, they were, like, obviously it's not entire damage control, but it's people that work within damage control.
Well,
That's
one
how
of
it
the
always is.
recurring characters, actually, is that guy from Spider-Man and Miss
No,
Marvel and stuff that we've
yeah,
seen
no,
before.
that too, that they'll do with, like, whether it's him or like whoever else, just with whatever other projects, move between movies and shows. But yeah, they fucking pick up Trevor and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna work for us or go back to prison," like a bunch of little cock smooches.
And I'm guessing what they're implying with there is the snap was how he, like...
I kind of, especially
Because they
because
said he, like, kind
nothing.
of avoided part of his sentence.
Yeah, I assumed that,
Yeah.
especially because that is just blown right the fuck over in the
Yeah.
dialogue in that scene. So I was just in my head like, snap related. Oh,
That's
maybe.
what I thought. But yeah,
So
exactly. They just kind of
it
not
probably
address it
is
again.
that. But yeah, but then throughout the season, you see Trevor, trying to not fuck over Simon William, Simon, and
Now, if all Trevor just tries to, like, play with the loophole too, like he damn well knows he should be in prison again, but he's probably got some logic in his
classic Trevor.
He's probably got some logic in his brain, like, hey, fucking, I got snapped away, but those years still passed, like, fucking.
No, that's true.
Like, my sentence is still covered, and honestly, when I kind of think about it like that, that's kind of fair.
Yeah, plus it's like they never actually went back to try to arrest him initially, apparently. So how much of a problem is he actually deemed as?
Yeah.
Because I think they also said he was like, the charges were dropped or some shit. But because he's not really the Mandarin, he was
just an actor,
drugged up fucking actor. Yeah. And that they also kind of allude to why he was such easy pickings for that role of the Mandarin. But damage control, basically, it leads up to them having him, give his typical bullshit speech, over public, just to the public, I guess, because it showed up fucking everywhere on, like, every screen, anywhere, radio stations and shit.
His message is taking over.
But then he really wasn't working with them because he gets broken. Yeah, so they still put him in that fucking prison that they were trying to fill up, and he gets broken out of that prison.
By guess who?
I wonder. Man, I wonder. Wonderment.
But that alludes to also, or I don't know if alludes the right word, but also refers back to what I was saying with that last episode. I think that was another one of those things where, like, when he was with that guy, and, like, he didn't call himself Simon, or I don't know. I guess there was things that alluded to it because they were like, "You're Wonder Man" or whatever. So I guess it was hints that it was him. But I was still like,
that was fucking genius.
I was like, what was going on here? Like, for a little bit, like, they had you wondering, what exactly he was doing, like, for this role or whatever.
Simon went and fucking shadowed a prison guard from this fucking super prison.
And just lied to him. It was like, this is for a movie, and he just bought it.
Literally lived with this guy and his fucking wife and kids and told him that he was just trying to shadow for a movie role. Went to work with him and then broke fucking Trevor out of the prison.
He didn't completely dick him over, though, because remember they said, like, he gave him a bunch of money?
Yeah, he did.
He was like, hey, retire, bro. Like,
and there is a point earlier on where they're having a conversation, and I don't know if the finance part was mentioned or you could just kind of pick up on it when that guard is at the house working on his truck and Simon's sitting down and they're just having, like the conversation.
Yeah.
You could just see it in Simon's eyes. And to me, I thought in that moment, I was like, oh, he's going to pay him. He's going to pay him a lot of fucking money, especially after what he's about to do, I think.
I gave you all my money just to get my bro Trev.
Well, I don't know about all of his money because now it's Simon and Trevor, America's Most Wanted.
I need a little money. I'm a fugitive now.
Yeah, they need motel money.
Yeah. But But yeah, there's that. There's the whole thing with kind of like oh wait, no, we already addressed that, the doorman thing with oh, we didn't address it fully though. That's right. So that whole point of that episode was that they're trying to show you at the end that this is how Simon found out that basically like superhero people aren't allowed to like act.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which ends up like coming back in the finale or the second to last episode, because like when Trevor tells him that he's kind of been fucking him over this whole time, and like Trevor's basically his only friend.
Yeah,
he kind of is like, fuck, my only friend just has screwed me over, and he like basically loses. He doesn't have control of his powers. That was also
actually according to the script of the Wonder Man movie between Wonder Man and Barnaby.
Yeah, like it kind of was like that.
Yeah, their friendship through the Wonder Man show mirrored the Wonder Man movie script.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That's cool.
It's like good writing when they can do stuff like that too, but it doesn't feel like they're beating you over the head or like.
No, exactly, because I just picked up on that.
Yeah.
So
that was
because
good
even
too.
At the end, like I did say to you before, how they hold each other, if you will, when they fly out of the prison. That was the way Simon Williams stands is the same way that the actor for the original Wonder Man stood when he like then he just does the fucking power pose and flies up with the fucking rocket pack and shit. So that was also just kind of like one of those cool like homage nods that they can do,
Yeah.
But
which is always nice when they like. I feel like Marvel does a good job with that. Like with Luke Cage, like when they kind of had like a reference to like his first costume.
Yeah.
So like I find that stuff pretty cool too, where it's like they know they can't really like bring that into live action, but like they do it for like a second to kind of like appease people.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's like that would be a little ridiculous with some of these costumes, but like that's a cool way of getting it. Even if it's only for like seconds or a second. But
it's just one of those like the ways that they find to throw in Easter eggs and just like little, those little things. It's like, oh shit,
But then I guess the other spoiler thing would just be like that they had some actors in here like Joey Pantalone and stuff like that from Sopranos and Joey Pants and stuff like that, and like he looked old as shit in this. Like I was when I saw him at first, I was like, "Is that him?" I was like, "No, it's not." And then like eventually, he literally said like his name or something.
They
I was
used
like, "Oh, it is him."
names
Like
shit.
fuck.
Yeah, there were a handful that I can't even remember now.
But it was crazy because like when they see him in person, that must be just how he looks like a lot of the time, just normally if you were to see him not doing a movie.
Yeah.
But then like when they show him how he takes over for Trevor in the Wonder Man movie, he looks like how he normally does again. I'm like, how do you go from looking old as like Hollywood magic right there? But like, holy fuck, like,
yeah,
like he looks so much different. Like when they had him in the movie and everything compared to how he looked, just like when they saw him at his house, like he looked old as shit.
Yeah, I mean that's literally.
But he is, but like
the makeup department. For you. Yeah.
But like, goddamn, they do a good job.
Yeah.
But he was fun in this. I liked him. Like where he kind of had a relationship with Trevor.
From the past, yeah.
And Trevor's like, he owes me because like, he fucked me over and took like this role on like fucking ER or like something like that.
I don't even remember what it was.
Something like that. I don't think it was ER, but like it was something like that. And like he basically, like you find out like Joey Pants is just like, Trev, like you were fucked up, man. Like you were fucking like
you were telling me you were having worms crawling out of your skin.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, Trevor had a rough patch in his life.
What drugs was he on? All of them.
Yeah, clearly.
That's the all of them drug.
That's what it sounds like. But or he was having a bad trip or something on like fucking a bunch of LSD or like hallucinogen or something.
I don't know, man. I've never
because I've heard people saying that before, that they see like spiders or some shit coming out of their fucking
and either you got a lot of problems you got to deal with, or that ain't fucking acid.
It's something else. It's all the drugs.
Acid should be an experience, kids.
Yes.
Not a good time, because then it won't be.
Not like 40 fucking tabs like Trev. I think he did something like that.
He probably, well, yeah, no, he
Or
probably
20
fucking
double dipped or
was
something.
taking acid, heroin, opiate, crack, smack, fucking.
Well, it's probably the 70s or 80s they were referencing too. So yeah, it's implied he had a bit of a problem. And Trev gets really defensive kind of about it and everything too.
Well, yeah, because I mean, also he's been sober and clean and like actually like doing good for himself for.
It's like he probably doesn't want to be reminded of that part of himself.
Yeah, and I don't blame him, especially the way his character holds himself throughout the season. Like you really see, it's like, oh shit, like this is not who we saw in that Iron Man movie, or where
he's had an arc.
You know? Yeah, he definitely.
And he has even more one here.
Trevor's arc.
Because like that's like probably the last thing I think for a spoiler thing that I think we'd even have to really talk about. But like, that's the other thing with this is that Trev.
Bit about his brother.
Oh yeah, but I mean not really though, because there's not much to really say, right?
Well, I just want to bring up that just because he is a character in the show, he is referenced. They do create that passive aggressive dynamic between the two, being, you know, as their brothers.
Yeah.
But you never see the Grim Reaper reference. You only see his brother, the Eric Williams reference. So with the way the show ends, with it just being on that prison break cliffhanger, I'm curious to see if we'll see his brother come back as himself, or as the Grim Reaper. If we'll see more Doorman in any way possible, because they kind of dropped that character off with you know, that one episode that he's in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, is he gonna come back?
Yeah, because because it's just like we've already said, like the way Marvel shows go, you're expecting to see, like, to some extent, the supervillain. So knowing that, because like especially once you see the whole family dynamic that's thrown in the show, I was expecting to see his brother be a fucking problem. Yeah. And we were going to see the Grim Reaper, and then like...
And they even present an avenue where that could have been a possibility, but they decided not to do that. But
exactly. So...
With the, like, critic or whatever. Because he was like, oh, my brother's going to fucking throw me under the bus.
And then,
Cause, like,
that was
waiting
that
for
was
a
another
moment
fucking
like
twist, because I literally was standing in front of my TV, and I was just like, oh, that motherfucker. He didn't just fuck that.
Because he did seem like he just fucking had it out for him, kind of, so you're half expecting that, too.
Yeah, because I mean, shit, the older brother was in high school when Simon was a kid. So that right there shows you the maybe like 10-year difference already. So it explains the age gap. I don't know how relative or accurate that is to the comics, again, because I just don't know. But Eric, you know, the brother is just kind of like, fuck you, you're not going to make it as an actor, get a real job, you fucking...
He just kind of, like, doesn't even view him, like, as an adult.
Yeah, he still sees him as a little kid, little brother. And I guess, I mean, so did other family members as well. Yeah. Because they were very condescending.
But they kind of went the opposite with the arc, where it seemed like he'd matured a little bit and kind of, like,
and even at the end, he was, you know, giving, you know, Eric was giving Simon praise and all that, so...
But maybe they're going for more of like there is potential for them to fight because they've always had a complicated relationship, but it's going to be more heartbreaking if like they do something like that, because
that,
like
plus their own tie,
they've been getting along again recently. So
yeah, no, you never know. Like, and that's another part of it too, because there was a lot of depth for what it was in season 1. So if there is another part to this, like I said, whether it's more Wonder Man or in, you know, like a team show, I mean, it would, like you just said, it would be a little bit more heartfelt, and you're gonna be like, fuck, I don't know.
And I like that, like the heartfeltness of like Trevor just deciding like, I'm gonna do Mandarin again to save my bro. Like, I thought that was a good twist too.
Yeah, because the whole time Damage Control wants the Mandarin to, you know, fuck Wonder Man over. And then the Mandarin's like, yeah, I'll fuck you guys. And
you almost don't blame him in a way, like, where it was kind of stupid, but, like, he just kept getting asked about it by everyone. Like, everyone just remembers him as the Mandarin. They just keep bringing it up, and I think he wants to move past that. Yeah. Just realize in that moment also, like, I'm never going to move past this. Like, people are never going to forget this shit.
Yeah, but also, you know, and maybe it's just me thinking about it like this, but I feel like that that public notice, public, yeah, like public statement that he made, if you will. I feel like that was also for him, like, okay, you want the Mandarin one more time, motherfuckers? Here I am.
Yeah, that too.
Exactly.
Where it's just like, you guys won't shut up about it, so here you go.
Because now they probably, realistically are going to be going into hiding, and, well, he'll get his peace and quiet.
That's for sure. But, yeah, so I think that about wraps it up here. I guess since we're just kind of wrapping it up and everything, though, the only other thing I had prepped was that I wanted to, kind of compare, because, like, since we don't really give ratings, but we used to do this a lot, kind of compare our own feelings towards it and whether like they're with kind of everyone right now or kind of higher or lower. But like IMDb has the whole series at a 7.6.
And then I would have to agree with IMDb. I was thinking between a 7 and an 8.
Metacritic has a 74 and the users have given it a 65. And Rotten Tomatoes is 91% and 89% for users. So that's pretty high on Rotten Tomatoes especially. But yeah, so I think these are the ones I was especially seeing. What I was telling you where like people were reviewing it really high. So I don't think I am this high with it at all. Like I would not give it a 9. That's like very high rating to me.
No, I think like 7, 8 is valid.
I think this range is more valid. Like literally right dab in the middle of this. Like if you were to average these two basically. Because like I said, to me if something's over a 7, I'd rewatch it again. And to me, like this had some problems like we addressed. But overall it was fun. And I like the characters. And I'm interested to see where they go with it and these characters. So it's over that rewatchable range for me, but I would say at the highest probably what the critic score is here is around what I would give it. But yeah, just wanted to see how like how we felt with our feelings kind of compared to that. But you seem like you're kind of, are you with this one like here basically, or a little higher?
No, I was thinking like 7. Well, I mean, I would say between like 7 and 8. So I guess
you're probably like a little higher than me, like with how you'd rate it or how you feel about it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's also like typically how it goes between you and I.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's fair.
And that's also like we've talked about like why I decided with this like we're not even gonna do scores because like everyone almost just like scores differently too. That like I don't even want people to get like caught up on a number or anything, but like
69.
But what we can do is compare like whether we're positive or negative or how we feel about the movie compared to like the average scores kind of out there and everything. So I always find that interesting. But yeah, so I guess we're about with everyone with this one. But don't listen to us. Don't look at the websites. We appreciate you watching us, but figure it out for yourselves and see how you feel about this show, guys. It's on Disney Plus now. All episodes are streaming. Yeah, the Big D, it's on there. It's all streaming. All 8 episodes. They're each like 30 minutes. I think the longest one is 35 minutes. There's really some that are 25. And that's with credits, so it's a breeze to get through. Like you can get through this thing in like, what, 3 hours basically?
I'm no mathematician.
That sounds about right.
It was pretty easy to get through, that's for sure.
That's the length of a Lord of the Rings movie right there, so it's doable. But and like I said, even if you have some of the same issues I do with it in the end, I think overall the pacing is really good for it, and like you're like, wow, an episode's already over, like okay, I'll watch another. So that's always good for a show too. But yeah, thanks for watching this one, Pose. We appreciate you joining us on this one. Thank you, Austin, for joining me on this too.
Thank you, Pose and Bros.
Appreciate it, bro.
for having me.
As always, Pose, if you want to follow or like us, you can find us on retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV Studios on YouTube, retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV on Facebook, Two Pose and a Pod, Borges and Ellen Grill TV Official on Instagram, retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV on X, formerly Twitter, retro-TAINMENT and Grill TV on TikTok, and also you can find Two Pose on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Overcast, and Pocket Casts. Thank you, Pose. We appreciate you, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.